Hello everyone, welcome back. Today I'm sharing the recipe for Fiji-Style Custard Pie. I am trying the condensed milk topping on it, which is not something I grew up eating, but I wanted to give it a shot and share the recipe with you guys. We're going to start off in a large bowl with our flour. We're adding in some baking powder, baking soda, and some salt. I will have exact measurements on the screen. I'm going to whisk that together. Now, if you're using self-raising flour, you can omit that step. Next, we're going to take a separate bowl and we're going to add in our butter, our eggs, and our sugar, and we're going to mix that really well. You can do this with a hand mixer or you can do this with just a whisk. I like to use brown sugar with this recipe because it's more reminiscent of the taste that I grew up eating in Fiji, but if you have only white sugar, that's okay as well. Now, word of caution, if you are using just a hand whisk, this does take some arm muscles and it takes a few minutes to get together. Once that does come together and all the butter is broken down and mixed together with the wet mixture, we're going to take that wet mixture and pour it into the dry and form a dough with it. Next, you're going to butter the pan that you are baking the pie in. I'm using an 8 by 8 by 3 inches baking pan. You want to allow for some depth so you have enough room after the crust to pour in a good amount of custard. Now, because this is a slightly sticky and wet dough, you can use parchment paper or saran wrap to help you flatten out the dough. And then using a fork, you can crimp the top. You want to take the dough up a little bit on the sides because it does shrink a little when you're done baking. I also prick the bottom to make sure that it doesn't puff up too much. You can also use pie weights to reduce the amount of puffiness during baking. Next, we're going to work on the custard mixture while the pie crust cools. We're going to take the custard powder and mix in a little bit of the milk. And you don't want to add in all the milk. You're going to break up all the lumps in the custard mixture. You want to use cold milk here because it'll help because there's cornstarch in the custard mix. You'll break up all those cornstarch pieces, all those lumps, and then you go in with the rest of the ingredients. You mix that well and then you take it to the stove. So you're mixing all these ingredients in the same pot that you're going to be cooking the custard in. On the stove, you want to keep the heat at medium to medium low. You don't want to cook this too quickly because it will burn, and you also want to continuously whisk this. Once it comes to this consistency, you can now go ahead and pour this into your cooled crust. Once your pie has cooled, you can go ahead and optionally add this condensed milk mixture. It is just condensed milk, the zest of 1 lemon, and the juice, which is about 3 to 4 tablespoons of lemon juice. Now, growing up, the pie that we got in Fiji didn't have this topping, but I know that it is available with this topping now, and it's mostly sold with this topping and some chopped peanuts. So if you do want to add this, the lemon zest is my addition and I highly recommend it because it balances out the sweetness of the condensed milk and adds such a great depth of flavor. If you do give this recipe a try, let me know what you think of it. Let me know if you like the condensed milk topping, and until next time, please take care and I'll talk to you guys very soon. Bye.